Hello guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm Lady Abna. I create travel content and real estate content. If you haven't watched my previous video yet, kindly do so. In today's video, I'm going to enlighten you guys on land acquisition in Ghana. You guys know it's an uphill task to acquire land in Ghana. Most people are defrauded and some end up losing funds. I'm going to give you a few tips you can use before you acquire land in Ghana. The first step in acquiring a land in Ghana is to check the seller's reputation and always use recommendation. You can acquire land in Ghana either through an individual, from a real estate company, or directly from the chiefs. But I would advise you acquire the land directly from a real estate company because it reduces the risk of you being defrauded. This is because the real estate serves as a liaison between yourself and the chief, or between yourself and the individual, and there is always a sale of agreement whereby in case of any future issues or future problems, you can get a refund or you can get a different site, even though that's not what you want, but at least you'll be sorted out. But if you get the land from an individual and there is a problem in the nearest future, it might be very hard to trace the individual. Find out from a few friends, make enquiries around to check if the company is to be trusted, even though you can't trust anyone. But find out from a few friends if you can make transaction with that said company. Never and ever make payments without seeing the land. Even if you are outside the country, you should get a trusted individual to check the land for you before any payment, because sometimes you trust in the videos and pictures and you end up being defrauded. So don't trust any video or picture shown to you. Try and inspect the land before any transaction is made. With the land inspection, make sure you ask questions. Don't just go to the site and look around and go ahead and make payments. Ask questions around, find out if there is access to water, electricity, it has good road channels, and ask questions like, is the land freehold or leased? Freehold means the land is yours forever. Leasehold means the land is yours but not forever, so a period of time, and it's renewable after the period is over. And make sure to ask if the land is renewable after the said period of time, because sometimes they don't tell you anything about the renewals, and then the 54 years or the 50 years will be up and you will not be able to renew. The land will be taken away from you. So make sure you ask all these questions on the site before you proceed to make transaction with the estate company. After you've checked the site and you are okay with the land, the next thing you should do is to run a search with Lands Commission. Ask the company for a site plan to run this search. The site plan has the coordinates of the land where you can take to Lands Commission for them to verify if the name on the said land tallies with the name they have on their system. And always get a surveyor, a personal surveyor or any other surveyor at all, because you don't have any idea or knowledge about all these things, but a surveyor does. So if you get a surveyor around, he or she will help you with the readings of the dimensions and all other things. So get a surveyor, for the surveyor to check if the site plan given to you from the company has the same dimension as the land you inspected, because sometimes you are being given a site plan of a different location from the one you inspected. So make sure you get a surveyor to verify if the site plan has the same coordinates as the land you inspected. If it has the same, then you can proceed to the Lands Commission. There are 3 departments at the Lands Commission. There is the LSD, which is the Land and Survey Department. There is the PVLSD, which is the Private and Vested Land Division. And there is the Land Title. Previously, you would have had to run the search throughout all the various departments, but Lands Commission has consolidated all these 3, and now you can perform the search only at one department. You don't have to go to Land Title and from there go to the LSD, which is the Survey Department, and then go to the Lands Commission. You can run just one search and then your results will come as a whole. There is also the window search. The window search is basically you going to Lands Commission and then speaking to one or few people, one or few workers around to run the search for you. And this search can be sent via WhatsApp or written on a piece of paper. I wouldn't advise you to run the window search because it lacks information. But with the official search, it gives you enough information and tells you all the transactions from the original owner of the land to the current owner. and gives you information like the PVLSD tells you whether the land is owned by the state or not. because sometimes you can buy a land and the land belongs to the government. You can't do anything about it. So make sure you run this search to be on the safer side. So after running this search, you verify if the name on their system tallies with the name given to you from the company. If it's the same, you are good to make a transaction. If not, I would advise you don't make a transaction. In terms of payments, I would advise you pay through the bank because cash payments are normally not advisable. After you've made payments, the next thing to do is the allocation. The company has to allocate you your plot, or the chief or the individual you buy from. They have to allocate you your plot or your portion. On the day of allocation, make sure you go to the site with your surveyor because you can be given the wrong dimension of the size of the plot rather than the one you were promised. So let's say if you are promised a 70 by 100, you can be given a 70 by 90 without your idea or without any knowledge because you might think it's big enough. But if your surveyor is around, he would also remeasure and make sure the land is up to 70 by 100 as promised by the other party. But if you don't go to the site with the surveyor, you can be cheated. So make sure your surveyor is around on the day of allocation. Now, after the allocation, never and ever leave the land bare. This is very important. Never leave your land bare. I'm really stressing on this part because this is where all this kind of conflict and all other issues arises from. People leave their land bare for years, thinking they bought it from a real estate company, so they are going to take care of the land for them. No, just don't leave it bare. If you are ready to leave your land bare, then don't buy the land at all because it's very risky. Just do something on the land. At least something to identify that the land belongs to someone. Because for instance, if I'm going to buy a land and I'm being taken to a place where project has already begun, I wouldn't be convinced to buy it because I'll have it in mind that the land belongs to someone. But if I go and the land is bare, I would buy it because I would think the land belongs to no one. So try and start a project or do something on the land before traveling if you have to, or before moving on to other things. So don't leave the land bare. Very, very important. So after the allocation, the next step is to get your document from the seller. The document is a legal document which binds you and the seller. It basically contains information about the owners of the land, the transaction. It contains the leasehold. It has a clause for the leasehold and all other necessary steps. You will sign, your witness will sign, High Court will also sign and stamp it for it to remain a legal document. Without all these signatories from the owners, High Court, yourself and everything, the document isn't valid. So make sure you sign, make sure you get a witness to sign, make sure High Court also sign and serve as a witness so that in case of any future problem, the document can serve as a tool of defense. So after you've gotten the document from the company, the final step is to get your land title. The land title is you registering the land in your name, not the name of the chief or the name of the company or the name of anybody you bought it from, but in your name. So for instance, I bought a land from so and so. I would take one copy of the document to Lands Commission for Lands Commission to run and go through the document to make sure the details in the document tallies with the one on their system. If there is any issue on the document, they would refer me back to where I bought it from to make sure everything is intact before they will proceed with the land title. And with the land title registration, they value the location of the land in order to give me the amount I'm supposed to pay. Each location comes with its price. The price of a land title registration at East Legon will be higher than the price of land title registration at Kaswa. So the price varies from the location. So the land title is the final step of acquiring a land in Ghana. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you learned a lot from this video. And if you have any further questions, put it in the comment section below and I'll reply as soon as possible. I'll catch you in my next video. Kindly subscribe to my channel if you haven't. Comment, like and share this post as far as you can. I love you.